Broadcasting live from the Jersey Shore, it's Coach Kev on the Damage 365 Radio Network.
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Damage 365 Radio. This is episode number 44. I am Coach Kev, and I am running solo today on the show. As always, the show is brought to you by Damage 365 Radio Network. And we'd like to say thanks for tuning in to Real Sports Talk with Kenny Kluska. He just went off the air, and his guest was Dwyer Brown, actor and author, Field of Dreams, and the book that just came out recently this year, If You Build It. And you can tune in to Spreaker.com to Kenny Kluska's Real Sports Talk and listen to the now archived show here on the Damage 365 Radio Network. But it is now time for the flagship show as we cover everything indie wrestling. And as always, we'd like to kick it off with some shout-outs and some birthdays. We're going to get into some future guests that we're going to be lining up before the holidays as we march towards the big event in November. And we'll have a special announcement regarding Damage Athletic Softball as the team will announce its sixth captain in its 22-year history. That captain will represent for 2015. So we're excited to hear about that. We have, like I said, we have some great announcements of guests that we have lined up, including a surprise one that we didn't release just yet on our Facebook page, facebook.com/Damage365. We're going to hold out once again, one more week, on the semifinals of our Intercontinental Championship Tournament until I'm rejoined by Nick the Beard, and we have a little less hectic of a show. But a live look into baseball for you baseball fans. The Oakland Athletics just won, clinching their playoff spots, officially eliminating the Seattle Mariners. Hell of a job by Seattle and King Felix today. They look like they're going to go on to victory, but to no avail as the Oakland A's clinch that playoff spot. Kudos to Derek Jeter today, going out with respect and class. The future shortstop Hall of Famer of the New York Yankees, had a great 20-plus year career, put up some magical offensive numbers, never really will be known as maybe one of the better defensive shortstops, but all-around body of work. He was one of the greatest of all time. Plenty of championship rings to go around to share with everybody, and you can't say enough about a guy who's never gotten kicked out of a game in his entire career, a guy who's never had his name pasted negatively in the New York tabloids or anything else. That is number 2, El Capitan, Derek Jeter, as he steps away. It's unfortunate, though, if you're a Yankee fan, that 2 years in a row you've gotten to say goodbye to some absolute legends. Mariano Rivera last year, Derek Jeter this year, but missing the playoffs in both seasons. I'm sure that they would have liked to kind of go out like Don Mattingly did, last year, make the playoffs, but to no avail. But kudos to Derek Jeter, and a quiet kudos to Bobby Abreu as well, who announced his retirement while in Houston. A lot of people, they just don't really know much about Bobby Abreu. Bobby Abreu was a great player. He was a 20-20 guy pretty much his entire career. He'll always be known as the guy who was afraid of the wall, but played in some tough ballparks in Philly, Houston, played with the Yankees and the Mets, and want to wish Bobby Abreu future happy endeavors with Derek Jeter. Maybe they'll be playing golf together someday soon. But without further ado, let's get into our happy birthday segments, ladies and gentlemen. Give me about 40 minutes of your time. Kick back, relax, press that mute button on that football game, and let's get this party started. That music means it is birthdays and shout-out time, ladies and gentlemen. And we'd like to throw some birthday shout-outs to former Damage ball players, Damage alum, William Ambio Jr. Happy birthday, Will. A.L. Wolkowitz, happy birthday, A. And happy birthday to Rob Herman Jr. and Kristen DiBiase. Happy birthday to all the Damage alum. And happy birthday to alumni softball league mate John Daly and former Damage 365 radio guest King Shane Williams. Happy birthday to everybody out there celebrating their birthdays this week with Damage 365 radio. Have an awesome week.
Is running west. My God, what a run!
World is watching. And we're back, and we'd like to go over some really, really awesome guests that's going to be coming up in the next couple of weeks. We, as you know, we just spent the entire weekend at conventions with Legends of the Ring in Monroe, New Jersey, and Wrestling Spectacular out of Middletown, New York, Beard Country. We met a lot of great people, passed our cards around, gotten some positive feedbacks, and we got some guests that we like to welcome eventually to the show. They're gonna be lined up all before our trip to the big event on November 8th. So, with that said, we want to announce that we'll have the Reinforcer, Andrew Anderson, on the show, as well as one of our mates that were on the tour with us, the EC Original Tour. Pitbull Gary Wolf will be joining us on the show in the next couple of weeks. And the surprise announcement that we posted on Facebook this week earlier, that we had a great, or as I said, an amazing guest lined up. Former TNA and NWA Women's Champion Awesome Kong, aka Karma, will be joining us in a pre-recorded interview, as well as April Hunter. We will be doing a pre-recorded interview with her as well. All these will be coming to you before November 8th's big event, as we march towards Queens. And we have a lot of things that we want to get out there coming from 2015. It's just going to be a huge year coming. We have a lot of plans, brand new studios, top of the line, spare no expense studios. We're going to have top of the line guests. We're sticking with the independent scene. We're going to have some big names out of the independent circuit. We've kind of steered away from controversy and drama and things like that, but unfortunately it just seems like, as they say on the big screen, sex sells. Drama and controversy seems to be the big drawing for any kind of radio show. So, we might not be toning it down as much as we had this past year. We might be raising the bar a little, challenging some people out there who think they're better than the world and might have a lot to say, and we're going to give them a platform to say it, and we're going to hit them with some hard questions, and we're going to see where they stand, and we're going to see basically if their bark is as big as their bite, because a lot of people run their mouth, and they hide behind microphones, and they hide behind company banners, and they just they're just jellyfish, and we'll see what happens when we call them out, and it's going to happen soon. I mean, it's going to happen before the new year. There's already been some sparks out there where people had the goal to attempt to call me out, and then once I stepped up to the plate, then everybody crawled back into the dugout. So we'll see what happens in the next coming weeks. I'm sure that Nick the Beard and JT and the rest of the cast and characters of Damage 365 Radio will be loving and licking their chops for the upcoming shows of all the big mouths that are going to be called out and challenged to come on the show. We'll turn the spotlight on them and put them in the hot seat, and let's see how they react. And when they melt and basically turn into a pile of putty, then we'll basically know that everything that comes out of their mouth is a bunch of crap. So we already know that, but it'd be great for everybody else to hear it, because Facebook is not the platform. Facebook is for a bunch of pansies who have absolutely no cojones whatsoever, that want to go out on a platform and talk smack, talk about other people, trash other wrestling companies and wrestlers, and pick and choose too, the wrestlers, not the big name guys that are in the company, because God forbid they do that, because they'll get their asses handed to them. So it's easy to pick on the guys that are, ain't going to do nothing. But when you start calling out guys that'll easily kick the crap out of you hand to hand without the wrestling kayfabe, then you can hide behind your Facebook, and you can have your whole laundry list of crony fans follow you and beef you up and make you seem like you're Superman. But the bottom line is you have nothing but keyboard balls, and you're a phony, and we're going to call you out. We're going to get you on this show, and if you don't want to come on this show, that just proves what kind of people you are. So I can't wait. I'm licking my chops here. I'm like drooling over here. I'm going to short out my keyboard. But we're going to take a quick commercial break. And when we come back, we have a very, very special announcement regarding Damage Athletics Softball in the upcoming 2015 season, and a brand new captain that will be officially announced on today's show. So sit back, relax, and enjoy this commercial break.
Esposito's Pizza and Pasta. Over a decade of excellent dining experience. Dine in, take out, or free delivery. We feature over 25 different types of pizza pies, and also will create anything you want. Our sauces are made fresh daily and use only the freshest ingredients. We also have good old-fashioned style entrees, cooked like your mom used to make. From wraps, calzones, rolls, and pasta specials galore to calamari and soups, all in a cozy atmosphere. Call today or stop on in.
Hello, ladies. The Big Valboski here, and you're listening to Damage 365 Radio.
Broken now.